Nancy Pelosi tells Republicans there's no negotiation unless she gets exactly $915 billion for state and local. Third-party analytics show that the amount that's needed is only $150 billion. But now Adelaide uncovers in a world exclusive today that states have fortunes and have still not used it from the first stimulus package. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Evenings LA. Hope you're good and safe. This is part of our 1-hour programming block every night on Evenings LA. It starts at 6:30 with The Check, and then tonight, another special report. More into this real world exclusive scandal that you've only hearing on this channel that talks about the multiple layers of deception by Congress and state officials as to funds that were directed to you and to be used for you have not been used for you and are now trying to redirect those funds to state purposes that have nothing to do with COVID-19. It's really one of the most shocking scandals you'll ever hear tonight anywhere. So go to the front of this channel and hit the subscribe button and drop your comments below. We're trying to reach 250,000 subscribers. We're at, we're at 249,100. So we need like 800 people, hit some people on the street. Say, hey, go, subscribe to that guy. We're trying to break a record. No one in the history of YouTube has ever reached 250,000 viewers in less than, about 4 months. It's absolutely incredible. We started on April 24th and 25th, and today, boy, let's see if we can do it. Also, like this video, it helps with the algorithm. All right, so here is the shocking details of the scandal, which is so multi-tiered as a scandal. It takes a second to explain. And I've been detailing and first exposed it 24 hours ago on this broadcast, blew it up on Mornings LA and simmered it with more scandalous details all afternoon. But here tonight is more of really where this is going badly right away. The money that's currently in the state coffers that's supposed to be given to you, 3 things are happening depending on your state, city, or county. We're talking about money that's being held up on all 3 levels. It's being held up on a state level, being held up on a county level, being held up at a city level. Why is that money there? First, let me explain that before I explain the scandal. Under the CARES Act 1, Congress created a program that said we need to send money to states so that they can give it to their counties and cities so they can survive this pandemic. The amount, $150 billion. The program, the Coronavirus Fund. It was directed and sent out to the states. Then the states had their own determination, their own authority to figure out how to disperse it within its state, between counties and cities. It's a whole scandal unto itself, that issue, which I'm not going to cover tonight, where some cities didn't get it because the city was too small. Rural cities got nothing, whereas big metropolis cities got a lot. There's that issue. But eventually money landed. The money didn't land all at the same time. This is the first part of the scandal. The money landed in the states in April, but the states held on to the money as long as even this week. There's some cities across the country that are reporting they just received funds from their state that the state has had since April and has had to wait to this time to get the funds to even disperse it to the residents of the cities. That's the first level of scandal. In that type of scandal, there's a delay issue, that the money actually got to people who want to spend it on you, but that there was a delay by states in getting the money to you. The bigger issues of the scandal, however, are not that. The bigger issues is that the money never went anywhere, that the money went to cities and counties or states, and the money just sat there, doing nothing. While city and county state officials talked about it, considered doing something about it, but never did anything about it. In some cases, upwards of 90 to 95% of the money is still sitting around, never being used. And we're not talking about a couple $1,000s here. We're not talking about a few $1,000,000. We're talking about billions portions of $1 billion fund to each state is sitting around. So where is that? What is that money doing? It's doing nothing. It's collecting interest as the citizens of that state are going homeless, hungry, not getting rent, not getting utilities, not getting a $100 add-on for LWA, not getting anything for exactly what that money was given for. That's a second and the most important level of the scandal of the situation, where money was given to states and they didn't give it to you. The third version of the scandal is perhaps the most disgusting, where the money was given to the states and they not only didn't give it to you, they spent it on something that doesn't even qualify, like giving money to buy 2 cameras for councilmen's offices at $16,000, or giving money to a police force so that they can look fine and dandy. That's not the purpose of the money. Now, the worst, perhaps, version of the scandal, which is simply, so abhorrent to even report, is that some cities and counties report that certain officials want to digress or divert, I guess is the better verb, divert the funds for purposes they know don't qualify, but they hope they can convince someone that they can use it for that purpose. It's not a conjecture argument. It is. I am not reporting something that is sort of a belief that this may happen. It actually has happened. There are city councils across the country where they've had these discussions where people have asked to use the money, elected officials, for manners that they know do not qualify. They were told they won't be allowed to use it, and yet they continue to push the envelope and say, let's do it for that purpose. This is money that's supposed to be in your hands. They know it's supposed to go to you. They intentionally decide we're not going to give it to you. We know it doesn't. We're going to give it to something something totally else, and they know that something else is something that doesn't qualify for the use of the funds. Next, as if it's not enough, some of those same people reportedly are hoping that the president, which I just don't even understand how this thought process even works, that the president was going to sort of change his policy and let them use the money for whatever they want to use it for. No, that's sort of a Nancy Pelosi position. Nancy Pelosi's position is no guardrails. If you were watching Larry Kudlow's interview, which I detailed on Saturday morning, he said the president doesn't want to keep on doing this. He wants guardrails so that you only use money for COVID-19 related issues. Well, apparently some Republicans on local levels think that the president is more like a Nancy Pelosi. Those Republicans on a local level reportedly are trying to use money for purposes they know don't qualify. So as you sit here tonight, is there anything that's good of what we're talking about? Ironically, yes. There's at least 2, if not 3 things that are actually really quite good about what's happening. The first one that's strangely good is the following. That a lot of these governments now know that there is a sunset provision, a lapse period, a lapse date, when they have to use the money by or they lose it, use it or lose it date. As a result, they are rushing to suddenly disperse the money to you in grants that you're sort of going to be shocked to see coming in the month of September for stuff you needed back in March, and they're suddenly going to be pushed out very quickly. So this is really good news. We would think that rent grants are gone and utility grants are gone and food grants and stimulus checks or maybe 100. We think these things are all gone because we're in September. No, they're now rushing to use the money because they don't want to lose it if they don't use it. So that's a really good news. You have to watch your local government for that. The other thing that's perhaps the best news is that the money, if they lose it, will go back to the Treasury, will go back to the federal government. And at that point, the president will have more money to use for you on a national level. You don't want money that people are mismanaging or not using anywhere but where it belongs. So get that darn money back. Get that darn money back so it can be sent out as stimulus checks, sent as FPUC or LWA, rent aid, hazard pay. Send it out for the things that it belongs for. Let me answer some of your comments from last night's video in which I first detailed this shocking bombshell. 875 comments last night. Cheryl, we should all go to the White House with one of those horns that you talk through and all of us purple power yell out. Hamil Rodriguez, yes, why the unemployed are really suffering, no food for kids, and everyone needs it. Very well said. Patricia Horn, they need to use this money they have sitting around for this virus for just not for potbill, a damn thing. All you people need to worry about is of this country that you're supposed to be working for. The election has nothing to do with this virus either. No stimulus checks, no seat come next year. I love that. Cindy Murphy, anyone else at this point think that nothing about our government does now, no matter how it corrupts, surprises you anymore? This one sort of surprised me, actually. Margaret Cook, Trump should tell all states and cities use the money from the CARES Act to the residents or give it back. I love this. Can I frame this one, Margaret Cook? I love that. If you have comments to today's video, drop them in the comments below and I may feature them in tomorrow's recording. Anita Maya, are they trying to come up with another bill just put in their pockets? They're trying to keep the money in the state coffers. They're absolutely trying to do that. Unusual thing, states need to give their residents the stimulus checks. They absolutely do. I mean, we have those situations where you see me on camera the last 2 weeks where I said, oh, there's the state of Washington or Oregon. They're saying, oh, stimulus checks. That's so nice of them. I wish the other states had some money to use that for, to do that too. Well, they did. This is, that's why they did it. Fruit prices has gone up. Everything has gone up. DJ Frankie G, they don't want us to have anything. They're really awful. They just want to take it for themselves. Chevrolet Chavione, people are starving, can't buy a package of meat, but they could go buy lobster and shrimp. Very well said. Tired of being tired. That's a screen name. Congress agreed in March to disperse $150 million in states and local aid, but of the $139 billion that's been paid to this point, roughly $34 billion has been used for costs incurred according to Treasury support. Oh no, I think it's a lot less. That's not true. Kelly Basement, I have a suggestion. Why doesn't someone put a petition together on stimulus? Wanda Prock, blow up Trump's Twitter page, and Nat, who's a regular subscriber to this channel. The money should be sticking around in our accounts, and not around somewhere. Woohoo! So unreal. Heath, they're keeping on the money to cover up their mismanagement of their states. Very well said. I love that. Billy Hensley. The sad thing is our damn money is, it's our damn money to begin with. We are the taxpayers. Absolutely well said. It is your money. It is your money. It's not their money. It's your money. Timothy Wee, stand up, stand united. It's time for a revolution. The people need to overthrow the government and take it back. Unite, we stand. Divided, we fall. I hope they protest because I think this is just absolutely disgusting. I've never seen anything quite like this. I mean, there's money seen around the federal government that hasn't been used for your stimulus checks and FPUC. There's money seen around the state coffers that hasn't been used for rent, for stimulus, for food. All this money is just sitting around. It hasn't been used. And it's so shocking that no one else is pushing this front of this discussion. So take this video, tag your politicians with it, go on Twitter, go on Facebook, share this video because you need to get this to subject matter to the front of the channels. I'm not a broadcast channel. I'm not on people's television sets. So you need to get this coverage as big as possible. Go to the front of the channel and hit the subscribe button and drop your comments below. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers. And finally, hit the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. We're doing about 15,000 likes on morning's broadcast, so that's incredible. Coming up tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, find out more about what's going on with this and your stimulus checks. As always, stay informed, stay motivated, and stay FLA for more.